Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't you take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your lips are soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you can easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. I had this talk with you, my happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't you take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Well, he talks about you in his sleep, and there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. You could have your choice of man, but I can never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't you take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Please don't take him just because you can. Please don't take him just because you can. So welcome everybody. My name is Danny Frank. We'll introduce these fine folks in a little bit here. Just wanted to welcome you to this wonderful night. This is a kind of a goofy idea I had about a year and a half ago to do a songwriter showcase, and really what it comes down to for me in music is being able to write songs that people actually want to listen to, that make you feel something. That last tune, of course, Jolene by Dolly Parton, I think about like these just iconic songwriters, iconic songs that, you know, you hear it and it's like it's existed forever, right? And to me, that's like my dream as a songwriter, is to be able to write something like that. And so the craft of songwriting is something that I think we need to celebrate. And we live in this community that is just incredibly, incredibly saturated with amazing, amazing songwriters and musicians. And so this was just a vision I had to put this together. I do think it's worth noting, too, that Dolly Parton wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You in the same day. So just plug that away in your brain. Well, her daddy didn't like me much, said he looked into my eyes, saw the serpent looking back at him, saw a pot of ruby die. A good woman can turn you inside out, make a broken man feel whole, bring riches to your doorstep, pull the diamond from the coal. And we'd spin around the kitchen floor, Ruby, me, and Bill Monroe. And I'd hold her body close to mine, and I'd never let her go. And Ruby, she's a violin, and I'm the wild fiddle. Ruby's heart's an open book, and mine's a cold black riddle. Well, there's reason you might kill a man, but it don't seem right to kill a woman. But when death is on its way, Lord, I don't reckon it's a sin. Sickness crept into her bones, there was more than she could take. I only did what she asked me to that night at Quarry Lake. And Ruby used to sparkle, and Ruby used to shine. Without her, I'm a broken string, and my heart just can't keep time. Ruby is a violin, and I'm a wild fiddle. Ruby's heart's an open book, and mine's a cold black riddle. Now the sheriff's asking round for me, so it's time for me to go. There's nothing left on God's green earth, this quarry holds my soul. So I reach into the cool, sweet depths for that rock that sparkles bright. And I reach my arms out to her and I hold her for all times. We'd spin around the kitchen floor, Ruby, me, and Bill Monroe. And I'd hold her body close to mine and I'd never let her go. And Ruby, she's a violin and I'm the wild fiddle. Ruby's heart's an open book and mine's a cold black riddle. How about we give it up for Aaron Aldridge on the fiddle? Woo! Feels like it could only go downhill from there. But. So thanks again for coming out tonight. We're really stoked to be up here. We've got a bunch of new tunes, a bunch of old tunes. I like to call them classics just because my friends have heard them a lot. But that last song was a friend of ours won a lyric writing contest, like honorable mention from American Songwriter years and years ago. And she said, "Do you think you could do anything with these lyrics?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I stuck them in my back pocket for about a year and a half. And then Aaron had this crazy chord progression, and we matched the two together sitting at Blue Ox Music Festival last year. And that song was born. So kind of a cool collaborative piece. And Jeannie, if you're watching out there at home, enjoy. I was walking down a long and lonesome road, and I've been thinking about all the things that I believe and everything that I've been told. You see there's clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right, but all I see is criminals and poets trying to find the answers in the pale moonlight. Oh, beauty, what you gonna be today? Oh, won't you please tell me, so I don't have to try so hard to look away. I spent the first 18 years trying hard to be my own man, and the rest of my life trying to take it all back and feel like a kid again. And I wake up in the morning, I look the devil in the eye, and I said, please, won't you give me one more try? No matter what it takes, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna keep on walking down that road till I find that peace of mind. Sweet prairie rose, won't you soothe my soul? And I've been walking these hills for days, on the trails of wild horses and the buffalo. And the winds of change are blowing, I can feel it in my bones. I find myself right back where I started. I guess it's time for me to walk on home. And I wake up in the morning, I look the devil in the eye, and I said, please, won't you give me one more try? No matter what it takes, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna keep on walking down that road till I find that peace of mind. Colorado. Those memories of you swirling in my mind, and thinking all the times we had together. It sends happiness shivering up my spine. And I wonder if you feel the same way too. Does it ever put a smile to your face? Does it catapult your spirit through time and space? And will you think about me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you think about me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you remember me when I'm dead and gone? Long road together early in the morning, trying to find our way home. Those melodies still floating through the treetops. How I love to hear that lonesome fiddle moan. When you're driving down a long road through the pine trees, and you're sitting at a fire down by the lake, are you ever filled up with more joy than you can take? And will you think about me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you think about me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you remember me when I'm dead and gone? Is filled with strife and sorrow. Sometimes it feels like more than I can take, but the bright light that shines through friends like you fills me up with a happiness that just can't fade. And I realize when I stop and think about it, you said yes to all the things that made us smile, following our hearts and helping others all the while. And will you think about me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you think about me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you remember me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you think about me when I'm dead and gone? Dead and gone, dead and gone. Will you remember me when I'm dead? So I find myself writing in kind of a few distinct categories about stuff that's going on in the world. I've got some kind of political things. There's a song about gentrification later that you'll enjoy. I write about, like, you know, my turmoil internally, dealing with depression and, you know, choices I've made in my life and those kind of things. And then I write stuff for friends. And that last tune, it was something I wrote actually while we were on a paddle trip this summer for my good friend Jess, who's sitting out here. So, you know, it's whatever our inspiration is for music. I'm just glad that it comes to me. So I'm going to pass it off to Harrison here.
Hello, everybody. Give it up for Danny Frank for throwing this. Pretty awesome. How many of you were here last year? All right. Pretty incredible, you know, to have a full house here. Thanks so much for coming out. I know I speak on all of us, so. I'm gonna sing you a tune here that I've yet to play out. So this is a debut of a tune that I wrote, you know, a couple years ago, almost actually exactly to the date. A lot of us in this music community lost a really good friend and comrade in Max Graham, And it took a long time, you know, for me to kind of process all of that information and kind of try to pick up and move on and try to figure out life kind of without him in our scene. And so this is a tune that I wrote with him in mind and kind of with the whole thought of, you know, we've all lost people that we love in this room. Like, everybody's gone through that. That's the human experience. And, you know, whatever you believe happens after that, you know, there's like comfort in knowing that that person is kind of with you and in all these things that you do. And that's kind of what this song is about. This is actually a song I wrote after a night where Max actually showed up in one of my dreams, and it was like very comforting. And I've had that happen with people that I've lost before, and it's really been comforting for me in the grieving process and knowing that things move on and things are okay. So this is a song called Precious Time. You came to me just dancing in my dream. You looked so happy, or so it seemed. What if we'd listened to your song? What if this world never turned out wrong? Said hang on tight, it won't be long. You might be hanging around all over town, left those blues behind. We wouldn't be sitting here wondering what to do with our precious time. You up and left, said you had to get away from the shadows that were chasing you all of your day. What about the sun behind the cloud? Tomorrow's treasure is just waiting to be found. The feeling of your feet on solid ground. You might be hanging around all over town, left those blues behind. We wouldn't be sitting here wondering what to do with our precious time. They say that the good die young, and I don't think that they're lying. They say that the good times pass, leaving us wondering why. Like a boat that leaves in the middle of the night, sailing off in that pale moonlight. It's never easy to say goodbye. You won't be hanging around all over town, left those blues behind. We're left sitting here, wondering what to do with our precious time. Ain't it funny how life goes by, even though you're gone? Still play your music and sing the words to your song. Wish you were here today. Could I have done something to make you stay? I guess we'll all just have to wait. You won't be hanging around all over town, left those blues behind. sitting here, I wonder what to do with our precious time.
Yeah, that's Harrison Olk over there on the banjo. Let's give it up for that man. Oh, while we're tuning here, we're going to get a guy up here. Misisipi Mike, if you're around and you can make your way out here. So as I promised, here's a song. It's kind of a nod to some of the things that are happening in our city that I'm concerned about. I love what's going on in Lincoln Park. I love that we're developing that area. I also see, a lot of gentrification happening around us, if we can be real about it. And I'm just, a bit concerned about just the future of, some of these neighborhoods that have had generations and generations of folks that can no longer afford to live where they've been. So this is a song that a bunch of things kind of came together, and I wrote this, most of it in the car driving home from Harry's house one night.
It's not a long drive.
Yeah, not a very long drive, but I don't know, it's a nice little story, and so I just want us to kind of be aware of, when we're out there consuming, doing our thing, being part of this community, that we remember, to take care of each other and try to make decisions and planning choices that support kind of sustainable, holistic development around here. So. And one of the things I like is I found when you have a microphone and you're not a politician, you can just say the stuff that you really mean.
Well, all right.
There's an old man sitting on a stoop thinking about the good times. Every last line on his face has a story to tell. So many people in his life are gone but not forgotten. Some days are hard, but in the end he's still getting by. But we're running on down the line, working on it all of the time. And we ain't got nothing to say, we keep working on it every day. And the tides keep rising when the moon is full, I'm a-walking. Three kids jumping rope on the sidewalk, singing nursery rhymes. Well, time means nothing, they ain't got a care in the world. And that old man sitting on a stoop gives them a sweet smile. For that one precious moment, the whole world is doing just fine. And we're running on down the line, working on it all of the time. And we ain't got nothing to say, we keep working on it every day. And the clouds roll in and the rain falls, I'm a-walking. Cars go by. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this one. There's a mailman walking down the street, delivering letters. Like an old-time prophet, bringing wise words from the past. And those kids jumping rope, well, they barely even notice him. But that old man just can't wait to get his share. And we're running on down the line, working on it all the time. And we ain't got nothing to say, we keep working on it every day. And the sun goes down and the stars come out, I'm a-walking. Cars go by overhead on the freeway, driving right by those run-down city streets. And it's been a long time since anyone really stopped there. They just keep on searching for something they ain't gonna find. Yeah, we're running on down the line, working on it all the time. And we ain't got nothing to say, we keep working on it every day. And the heart beats and the blood flows, I'm a-walking. And we're running on down the line, working on it all the time. And we ain't got nothing to say, we keep working on it every day. And the tides keep rising when the moon is full, I'm a-walking. There's an old man sitting on a stoop, thinking about the good times. All right, thanks, Mike. We'll have Mike back up here in a bit.
I think I get to talk now. Yay! I am the songwriting newbie up here. I have spent my life being most comfortable interpreting, arranging, and letting other people create the music. And lately I've been trying to find ways of pushing myself out of my comfort zone, so apparently I'm writing some songs now. And I have to add, I'm kind of having the time of my life, so it's a good thing. So this next song is really kind of an interesting one for me. I am on a melody-driven instrument, and in my life I hear everything in chords. And I hear everything with rhythm and chords, and that's always where my brain goes, which is really interesting why I ended up playing this one. But I guess it's worked out. And so I generally gravitate. I need to be collaborative in the process. For me, I don't think I could come up with lyrics to save my life, not like the amazing songwriters on this stage. So I need help, and luckily I have it. And so this happened one night. I actually dream music a lot. For me, when I put the violin away, when I put stuff away, when I shut down for the night, the music's still going. And so I actually dreamt this chord progression. And it was about 3 in the morning, and I remember it was 3 in the morning because I forced myself to wake up and write it down, because I'm like, I think it's cool. And I had dreamt, like, a couple weeks earlier, I had, like, the whole song. And then I'm like, I'll get it in the morning, and then it was gone. So I'm like, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna write it down, and I did. And so then Danny and I just kind of worked it. And he did his magic and produced a killer tune and a really profound lyrics with it. And so this is What's the Use?
He walks out that door into the moonlit night. Took one last look at her silhouette in the porch light and said a prayer. Won't someone please save my soul? Before he reached the sidewalk, there were tears in her eyes. That uneasy feeling growing deep down inside, and she knew that was gonna be the last kiss they'd ever share. Well, I thought I knew what we were fighting for, but it's all a mystery now. Nothing ever changes, but it don't stay the same. So what's the use? was on the floor, staring up at the ceiling, and still filled up with that same empty feeling. It's been a year now, she just can't seem to let him go. She hears a baby crying in a room down the hall, looks at that folded flag in a case on the wall, and she cries. How's she gonna tell that baby daddy's never coming home? Well, I thought I knew what we were fighting for, but it's all a mystery now. Nothing ever changes, but it don't stay the same. So what's the use? Slowly fades. She thinks of all the dark times she and that kid have had to face, and she wonders how many more young folks have to die. Those rich men move their pawns out on the battlefield, using words like liberty and freedom as a shield, all the while believing wealth and fame brings happiness. Well, I thought I knew what we were fighting for, but it's all a mystery now. Nothing ever changes, but it don't stay the same. So what's the use? Well, I thought I knew what we were fighting for, but it's all a mystery now. Nothing ever changes, but it don't stay the same. So what's the use? Give it up again for Aaron over there.
Give it up for my writing partner in crime, Danny.
We tune because we care. When I met you, I wasn't even searching. I was barely done thinking about everything I'd left behind. Sometimes love is a long road to nowhere. Sometimes there's beauty on the other side. Like a paddle whisper on the water, like a warm summer breeze on a cold dark night, when the whole crazy world is spinning right out of control. Well, baby, when I'm with you, everything's alright. Seasons change and mountains fall to the sea. Even them old glaciers is melting away. But the love I feel for you is gonna last forever. You bring sunshine to my world every day. Like a paddle whisper on the water, like a warm summer breeze on a cold dark night, when the whole crazy world is spinning right out of control. Well, baby, when I'm with you, everything's alright. Fairy tales are made of magic potions. Futures are built on hopes and dreams. But the love that we share defies description. We're gonna show the world how good life can be. Like a paddle whisper on the water, like a warm summer breeze on a cold dark night, when the whole crazy world is spinning right out of control. Baby, when I'm with you, everything's alright. Like a paddle whisper on the water, like a warm summer breeze on a cold dark night, when the whole crazy world is spinning right out of control. Baby, when I'm with you, everything's alright. So that's the song I wrote for a wedding, a couple of my good friends over there, Greg and Jen. So I actually wrote a different song first, and then I forgot it, and then I lost the sheet that I wrote it down on. And I was like, oh, we got 3 days and their wedding's coming up. So I sat down, and that's what came out. And I think I like that one better. So cheers, love you guys. So there's one person up here that we have not introduced yet, and that would be Smokin' Joe Scarpolino over there on the bass.
Hi. I guess I'm the newest of the band, you know, it's been around a while. I kind of slowly infiltrated, I want to say. This is great, though. I love the way Danny writes songs. I think that's really what drew me to the band. I play all sorts of genres all the time, and as a songwriter, I think I've written 200 songs in the last year and a half, something like that. I do it professionally and for fun.
I wrote 6.
Well, you know, it's a weird thing to do a lot of, but I'm really happy to do it. This song is it's a little older of mine. It's about when I moved to Minneapolis from my hometown of Iowa City, Iowa. I was actually chasing after this woman who ended up being my wife, and she's over there. And it's just about kind of getting out of where you are because you know you need to be somewhere else, and kind of unapologetically doing it. You know, you need to go. You gotta, and when you get there, that's where you belong, and you feel it inside of yourself, and that's kind of what it's about. And this is the first time I think I've played and sung on bass. So we're gonna do it. Should start making the rounds. It's time to say goodbye. And the days we've shared, they have been the best of my life. But this can't go on forever. And you know this to be so. And I'll miss you more. More than you could ever know. And so baby, I am running because I told you I wouldn't take long. And maybe I am running away, but to a place where I belong. over and start making bigger waves. Oh, the best day to start anything will always be today. So I'm gonna leave this city, and no, I don't plan to return. No, there is a great big world to see and a lifetime to learn. And so baby, I am running because I told you I wouldn't take long. And maybe I am running away, but to a place where I belong. That was great. Well, my bags, they're packed and ready, and my ducks are all in a row. But timing is everything, and it's okay to take it slow. One foot in front of the other. Oh, just make it out the door. But I'm not going it alone, no, we're all in it together. What more could I ask for? And so, baby, I am running because I told you I wouldn't take long. And maybe I am running away, but to a place where I
Yeah, give it up for Smokin' Joe.
Thank you so much. You know, Duluth is pretty cool.
Maybe
sure
the
know
next
the-
song you write about moving will be moving up here.
I keep telling you, I'm not into it. I like to drive, so it's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, we really appreciate it. Like well, first of all, I'm gonna call Sonja and Lee up here for the next couple songs if y'all can make your way. But we were really stoked when Joe wanted to play a show with us last summer, and you know, we played a couple here and there, and then we played some more, and then we kept playing, and then we were like, will you just be our bass player?
Right. Well, you kept calling. They're like, yeah, we'll just have you fill in sometimes. And it was like every week. I was like, am I the first one you're hitting up? Like, 'cause, I mean, I'll do it. It's been a really, I don't know. I mean, there's amazing musicians, songwriters, and I spent a lot of time with Lee on Kind Country tour. You might have seen me slanging T-shirts back in the day.
Oh, I remember that.
Like these. Probably upsold you. But I love these folks, and it's great to be here. And I get to be a little funky now.
Oh yeah, we're letting them get a little more and more funky as we go along.
Increments.
So this is a little tune that I wrote about a very special place north of here, the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness. Long story short, it turned into a band name. But Sig Olson writes about the tamarack trees in the fall, that smoky gold color. That was the inspiration for this tune. That and, well, I'll spare you the details, but I was sitting in a small room by myself where there's a mirror and a sink and some other things, and was just thinking about this in a hotel in Colorado. And this chorus kind of came to my head. And, that was that. I turned the fan on when I left. But there's an album out there called Smoky Gold as well, and I was fortunate to have Lee sitting in on pedal steel on a couple tunes, and Sonja was there and singing some harmonies, and Harry was actually on the album too, and a bunch of other folks that aren't part of the band now, but this was a song that came out. When you came into my life, baby, well, my heart just skipped a beat. And I needed you more than you could ever know. You made me feel complete, 'cause I was going down. And it's time for me to go, where I can move across the water, where I can sit beneath those leaves of smoky gold, and hear that high and lonesome call. And every day is a new day, just like old Charlie said. Means that we get up and we try again. 'Cause after all these years, you think we'd have it figured out. Some things more than others take a long time to come around. And it's time for me to go, where I can move across the water, where I can sit beneath those leaves of smoky gold, and hear that high and lonesome call. And no matter if it's springtime, winter, summer, fall, you just take me in, you don't ask no questions at all. It's like we've known each other since before the dawn of time. So I do what I can to keep you strong for generations on down the line. And it's time for me to go, where I can move across the water, where I can sit beneath those leaves of smoky gold, and hear that high and lonesome call. when you came into my life, baby. Well, you took my breath away, yeah. And I needed you more than you could ever know. You helped me see a brighter day. You kept me from going down, going down. And it's time for me to go, where I can move across the water, where I can sit beneath those leaves of smoky gold. Hear that high and lonesome call. And it's time for me to go, where I can move across the water, where I can sit beneath those leaves of smoky gold and hear that high and lonesome call.
Mike's back.
This band is getting exponentially larger.
As my son Max would probably say, it's not actually exponential. You just
Come
added
on,
one.
man. I know this. You got a band full of nerds, man. He does.
So I didn't realize when I wrote this next one that I was writing like a 90s rock ballad, but this is a song that I wrote for my amazing life partner, Angie, who has put up with a lot of stuff over the years and continues to. So sometimes it ain't easy being with me.
Same.
No, it ain't easy to be with me. I know you try so hard. This damn depression's got a wicked grip on me. Some days I can hardly breathe. Then I see the sun shining in your eyes. I see the sun shining in your eyes. No, it ain't easy to hear my woes and sorrows. Sometimes it don't make sense. But in this life there ain't no rhyme or reason. Sometimes you just gotta let me be. But I'm begging, please don't you leave me here forever. I'm begging, please don't you leave me here alone. I'll be singing, take me back home, honey, give me one more chance. They say things are gonna get better. And I said, take me back home, darling, baby, I don't know we'll ever be healed, but I do what I can. And I can try to find a better way. And I keep trying to find my way back home. Walk that lonesome road, never knowing where it leads. Once in a while you might find something beautiful. It might be a reason for you to smile. I'll be standing right there by your side, and I'll be waiting to hold you in my arms, and I'll be singing, take me back home, honey, give me one more chance. They say things are gonna get better, and I said, take me back home, darling, baby, I don't know I'll ever be here, but I do what I can, and I can try to find a better way, and I keep trying to find my way back home, and I can try to find a better way, yeah, and I keep trying to find my way back home to you. So we're gonna do a couple more tunes, I think. This next one is a murder ballad, which I love murder ballads. There's so many good bluegrass murder ballads out there that I just thought I'd write one myself. So we're gonna sing this one for you. Well, that road was long and winding, and that moon was shining bright. Her skin felt warm like a summer breeze, but her heart was cold as ice. And she left home that morning, those hound dogs on her trail. No one ever believed that she'd have done it. Never thought she'd live to tell the tale of the butcher's son. He had charm and money, and she had style and grace. All little girls, they lounged up outside his door. All little boys, well, they dreamed about her sweet, sweet face. Then one day it happened, beneath that clear blue autumn sky. Kissed each other down by the riverside, and they vowed to live the rest of their lives side by side. Yeah, well, time rolled on, and that fire began to fade. She worked long hours in the butcher shop. He fooled around all over town, thought he had it made. Late one night he came stumbling in, smelling like wine and cheap perfume. She said, I'm sick and tired of your transgressions. If you don't cut it out, well, I'll be leaving here real soon. That's the night everything changed. He pushed her hard down to the floor. She sat there stunned, oh, she couldn't believe it. He said, I'd sooner see you dead than walking out that door. Yeah, well, the violence just got worse from there. He slapped around just about every other day. She tried to tell her friends, but they wouldn't listen. How could such a perfect man even think about acting that way? Well, she landed in the hospital one night, broken jaw, 2 black eyes. He told everyone she was getting clumsy. They believed every last word of his wicked lie. So late one night while he was drunk asleep, she slipped down to that old butcher shop, sharpened up the biggest blade in the whole damn place, went upstairs and split his head open with one big chop. She's on the run. She left it all behind. Freedom never tasted so bittersweet. She ain't sure where to go or what she might find. So let this be a lesson to all you men. Yeah, violence just ain't no good way. Don't go cheating on the ones you love. Let love and kindness guide you on your way. Let's give it up for Mike and Sonja and Lee once again. Yowzer.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah. One of the most incredible things is, for me anyway, about music is just being surrounded by these like insanely talented instrumentalists. I just have to kind of strum pretty and write good words, and do some singing here, but that's just, it's quite a thrill. So I want to be, oh, thanks, you can. But we've got one more tune for you, and then we might force an encore, you know, if nobody asks for one. But once again, we got Joe Scarpolino, Smokin' Joe over there on the bass.
Hey.
Make sure to look up Smokin' Joe and Dead Larry and Allure
And Danny Frank.
And Danny Frank and the Smoky Gold. Yeah,
Just 4 bands.
He's got a lot going on. And then Mr. Harrison Oak here on the banjo. He's also in a couple other outfits, Barefoot Bluegrass, Side String Band, High and Rising. He plays in the Kind Country Band when those guys get together. What else did I miss? I don't know. Well, he was the founding member of Tin Can Gin. So, and then, of course, the concert master over here. Let's give it up for Aaron Aldrich. Erin and I knew each other out in the community, and I knew she played music, and she knew that I at least played like kid songs during the services at the synagogue. And I was like, "Have you ever played bluegrass?" And you know, I could tell she was holding back, wanting to say, "Yes, I can play 1-4-5, 1-4-5." But no, she said, "Yeah, I could give that a shot." And it's just, you know, it's been a hell of a ride playing with her. So, and my name's Danny Frank. So
Yeah, Danny Frank.
Yeah, give it up for Danny, everybody. I gotta say, it's pretty incredible to see, you know, Danny and I met a while back when I moved back to town here. And I think I mentioned this last Songwriter series, but pretty incredible. I was thinking and closing my eyes and like taking this all in. It's pretty great. Danny and I played our first show together at the Ripple Bar on the patio in the middle of COVID. And there was like 8 people there. It was great. It was very fulfilling for both of us. And it's just incredible to see, to have been a part of recording Danny's album down at Pachyderm Studios with a bunch of really awesome musicians, to putting on these events. We've got a lot of really awesome things coming up this summer, so you'll want to stay tuned to Facebook, Instagram, and website and all of that, because there's a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline for the summer that isn't announced yet. So stick around. And hopefully another album in the works as well we've been talking about. It's been awesome playing with you, Danny. So give it up for Danny Frank, everybody.
Very much.
cheers.
And how about that shirt all the way from Africa, everybody?
Aaron brought this back from Ghana and gave it to me. So I forgot to mention earlier, we are doing a tracked live recording of this, and we hope to put out maybe an EP or an album of what you're hearing tonight. So you may get to hear yourself going, woo, in the background. So this last song is about a place I've never been, but I can imagine it's a beautiful place. And we're going to sing a little a cappella tune for you. So that's my pitch pipe. I'm on the road to Georgia. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back down to the good old countryside. I ain't got no place else to roam. Well, I left my baby late one night. She was sleeping by the fireside. And I was halfway down to good old Mexico before she saw the first of that morning light. And I'm on the road to Georgia. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back down to the good old countryside. I ain't got no place else to roam. Well, the wind, it was howling, and I was basking in that fiery desert sun. But I just kept thinking about old Savannah, down by the ocean with the one I love. And I'm on the road to Georgia. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back down to the good old countryside. I ain't got no place else to roam. Well, I finished off that bottle of tequila, and I started walking back up the dusty road. And I was going back to be with my senorita. The way she loves me, it never grows old. And I'm on the road to Georgia. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back down to the good old countryside. I ain't got no place else to roam. When I woke up, she was lying right beside me by the warm red glow of the firelight. I guess I never left her, but only in my dreams. How could I walk away from something that feels so right? And I'm on the road to Georgia. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back down to the good old countryside. I ain't got no place else to roam. I'm on the road to Georgia. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back down to the good old countryside. I ain't got no place else to roam. I ain't got no place else to roam. I ain't got no place else to roam.
Thank you.
Oh, man. I have been thinking about all week about singing that in this amazing space here. Thank you. Oh, we got to pretend to walk off?
How about we get everybody else up here, huh?
Yeah, we're going to get
back.
Mike and Sonja and Lee and Lyla back up here.
Yeah.
So thanks again so much, and thank you to Sacred Heart for hosting us and supporting the dream of this awesome night that I had last year, and to keep it going. So thank you so much, and thanks to all of you for coming. And Eric on the sound back there is an absolute genius. And make sure to check out Dusty's art back here before you take off. So thanks for giving us something to watch. I have eyes in the back of my head.
We're gonna find out.
That was awesome.
they sent. Morning came and the morning went. Pack up your money and pick up your tent, 'cause you ain't going nowhere.
Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day when my bride is gonna come. Oh, oh, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair? Let's hear some fiddle. Buy me a flute and a gun that shoot. Tailgates and substitute. Strap yourself to a tree with roots, 'cause you ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day when my bride is gonna come. Oh, oh, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair? Genghis Khan, well, he could not keep all his friends supplied with sleep. We'll climb that hill no matter how steep when we get up to it. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day when my bride's gonna come. Oh, oh, are we gonna fly down into the easy chair? Let's hear some funky bass. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful night. We appreciate you. All right.
Are you bowing?